MSFT Stock Nasdaq by www.profitableinvestingtips.com. Those who invested early in the MSFT stock Nasdaq listed more than 30 years ago are rich. But even today, Microsoft is one of the best tech investments. Anyone who purchased a few shares of this stock when it went public in the late 1980s has seen their investment grow about more than 1,000-fold with stock splits and an increasing share price. The current quarterly dividend of Microsoft is 51 cents. This is more than 20 times the original share price and will be paid out 4 times a year. Tech stocks have driven the stock market since the financial crisis and have proved to be somewhat immune to the effects of the COVID-19 crisis. In fact, they may be propelled by the move online as social distancing becomes the norm. Here are some useful bits of information if you want to invest in MSFT. Nasdaq MSFT price target. If you are considering an investment in Microsoft stock today, you want to know what it will be worth going forward. This is the Nasdaq MSFT price target. According to CNN Money, the MSFT price targets of 28 analysts range from a low of $205 to a high of $260, with a median price target of $230. Now, at the end of July 2020, the stock sells for $201 a share. The stock started the year at $160, dipped to $135 at the start of the pandemic, and has added 50% to its lowest price of the year. In general, analysts expect Microsoft to continue to grow as it has moved into lots of online services in addition to its dominant software business. Nasdaq MSFT Dividend. The first Nasdaq MSFT dividend was in 2003. The stock price took a big hit during the dot-com crash, and the dividend was to reward investors for staying with a mature company that did not appear to have as strong a prospect of growth as previously. Now, the company has been growing nicely and still pays a dividend which has steadily increased over the years. Today's dividend comes to $2.04 per share per year, which currently is 1%. Although this dividend percentage is not as much as one sees with a utility stock, coupled with steady growth and dominance of its part of the tech sector, makes Microsoft very attractive. Next MSFT dividend pay date. Microsoft pays quarterly dividends. The next MSFT dividend pay date is September 10th, 2020. The record date is August 20th, 2020. And the ex-dividend date is August 19th, 2020. The ex-dividend date is the last date that the stock trades without the coming dividend being considered. The record date, which is the next day, is the date for which holders of the stock will receive the dividend. Thus, the price of the stock will jump up on the record date to account for the coming dividend payment. Because the amount of the coming dividend is known, there is generally no surprise regarding how much the price will jump up. Nasdaq MSFT After Hours. Microsoft trades after hours as well as during the trading day. You can see Nasdaq MSFT After Hours quotes on the Nasdaq site. A typical number of shares being traded after hours is about 600,000 as compared to about 3 million during the trading day. The trading range is usually not that great during op hours unless some sort of news that affects the stock price becomes apparent at the end of the trading day. After hours trading is done on electronic communications networks that match buyers and sellers and do not use a stock exchange. Sell MSFT stock. Microsoft, as well as many of the tech stocks that have led the market over the last decade, have gone up considerably. Is it time to sell MSFT stock? You'd only do so if you need the money or if you believe that the current situation with the COVID-19 pandemic will get terribly worse and drive down prices for MSFT and other tech stocks. The COVID-19 pandemic has driven down many stocks as social distancing has closed or reduced many businesses. However, the same conditions have driven businesses and entertainment online, which has greatly benefited Microsoft and other tech stocks. MSFT stock split prediction. Many companies split their stock when it rises to a certain price range. This is typically because they want shares to remain affordable to average investors. Microsoft stock has split 9 times over the years. 9/21/1987, 2 for 1. 4/16/1990, 2 for 1. 6/27/1991, 3 for 2. 6/15/1992, 3 for 2. 5/23/1994, 2 for 1. 12/9/1996, 2 for 1. 2/23/1998, 2 for 1. 3/29/1999, 2 for 1. 2/18/2003, 2 for 1. Although MSFT has not split for well more than a decade, the board of directors always has that as an option. MSFT stock recommendation. The vast majority of stock analysts today recommend buying Microsoft stock. With an average price target 15% above its current price, a company with a huge cash reserve, huge presence in cloud computing, and a high cost of entry business, this stock is a buy in almost anyone's book. However, the best way to approach this stock, as always, is to use intrinsic stock value analysis. Understand what the company does to make money and how that approach will continue to work into the distant future. In the case of MSFT, this reasoning will make the stock a good long-term investment prospect. For more insights and useful information about investments and investing, visit www.profitableinvestingtips.com.